Our daily tasks, we are constantly reading. It is something that we do without realizing it. While driving down the road, we read the billboard telling us to take the next right for a cheeseburger, or to stay in the left lane to access the highway that takes us to our destination. These same billboards and road signs also have logos, bright colors, symbols, and pictures on them. This is partially to draw our attention, but it is also so that the 21 million Americans who can't read at all, or the 45 million who are marginally illiterate, are able to recognize and comprehend what the signs are saying and the directions that they are giving. Unfortunately, it is not uncommon to come across an adult who has problems reading. According to the Department of Education, 44 million adults cannot read well enough to read a simple story to a child. Nearly half of America's adults are poor readers, or functionally illiterate. They can carry out simple tasks like balancing a checkbook, reading drug labels, or writing essays for a job. The National Council on Teachers of English Standards for the English Language Arts predicts that in order to participate fully in society and the workplace in 2020, citizens will need powerful literacy abilities that until now have been achieved by only a small percentage of the population. These statistics are staggering. For some, the ability to read is something we take advantage of. We've never had to struggle to read a job application or to even read or write a text message. However, the problem of illiteracy is a very real problem, but it is also a problem that we can fix. The Department of Education has found through surveys that children who have not developed some basic literacy skills by the time they enter school are 3 to 4 times more likely to drop out in later years. Something as simple as reading to our children every night at bedtime can provide the education and the introduction to literacy that young children need. As you are reading with them, they will start to recognize words and letters and associate those with things that they read. Reading a bedtime story to your children can offer other benefits to them that can also help them later in life, as well as in their world now. Reading to them allows them to spend one-on-one time with you, and it can also help to keep the doors of communication open. Reading to them early and often can also help to instill a love of reading as they grow. Reading allows children to enter into a world introduced in the book and spurs the use of their imagination. The University of Michigan has listed some of the important benefits that can be derived from reading to your children early and often. Reading to them contributes to background knowledge for all other subject areas, including science, history, geography, math, and social studies. There's a lot of information that is hidden in stories, even in the simple stories that we read to toddlers that are full of colors, animals, shapes, and numbers. Reading increases a child's vocabulary and grammar, and it has the potential to improve writing skills. Children who have not developed some basic literacy skills by the time they enter school are 3 to 4 times more likely to drop out in later years. Disadvantaged students in the first grade have a vocabulary that is approximately half that of an advantaged student, 2,900 and 5,800 respectively. In this case, the advantaged child describes a child that was read books early in life. Reading to your child improves their probability of staying in school. The Department of Education in California estimates that 33% of children will not finish high school because of reading problems. Reading to your children helps to improve their problem-solving and critical thinking skills. These skills are fundamental and transferable to all other areas of learning. It also improves attention span. And reading skills that are crude skills, and they are bound to improve over time. Practice makes perfect. The University of Michigan research has identified 5 early reading skills that are essential to student success throughout their time in school. Phonemic awareness, which is being able to hear, identify, and play with individual sounds and spoken words. Phonics, being able to connect the letters of written language with the sounds of spoken language. Vocabulary, which are the words that kids need to know to communicate effectively. Reading comprehension, being able to understand and get meaning from what has been read. And fluency, or oral reading, which is being able to read text accurately and quickly and comprehend it as well. I've given you a lot of information today that is full of statistics. But I want for you to take from this most is the importance of reading to your children early and often. There are so many things that can be derived from the 5 to 10 minutes that it takes to read them a story at night. That 10 minutes not only makes them a better reader and a better student, but it's also important to your relationship with each other. I remember my mom reading to us every night. There were 4 of us, and we each got to pick a book. As we got older, she would start to read a chapter book to all of us. We'd read 3 to 4 chapters each night, depending on how late it was. I will forever be thankful to the BFG, a book that opened the world of chapter books to us that I have read to my children 3 times already. We try so hard to prepare our children for the world, to be sure that they are socialized, and they know not to hit or bite each other. They learn that they must share their toys and listen to adults. We ask them what color the sky is and how many cookies are on their plate. We sing the ABCs in the car on the way to the grocery store. But we forget to help them associate the ABCs with words and reading. Teaching our children to read is not just the teacher's job, it's our job too. We must prepare them for the future and help them succeed. One of the best ways to do this is to read to them early and often. One of the statistics that have stood out to me the most is that children who have not developed basic literacy skills by the time they enter school are 3 to 4 times more likely to drop out in later years. That's big. 3 to 4 times as big. We need to read to our children and help them learn. I challenge you to read a book to your child or your children every night for a week and see the changes in them, in the way they act towards you and towards bedtime. If they know there's a story coming, bedtime won't be such a fight. They'll look forward to it and to hearing the stories that you share with them. Thank you.